Shadows.
Uh-oh, already recording.
Behave yourselves.
Mhm.
We're just waiting for Dareth to arrive and then we're gonna start. So thanks for coming, Christine and Jennifer. And Jennifer is taking minutes tonight. Thank you for coming, Mert. And Janet, of course.
My pleasure.
And of course, Bill and Pete and Linda and me.
Hooray.
And no problem. It was 5 and we changed it to 4:30.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. All right,
You've done it.
it's recording. We are ready to go. It is recording, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So, hello, everyone. Call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. First, action will be to approve the minutes of April 29th. Do I have a motion to approve? So moved by Bill, seconded by Pete. And, is there any discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
It's unanimous, and we'll go on to the next thing. Before I start on the rest of the agenda, what I didn't put on here, I just asked Linda Gillies if she'd report on something that she was working on with her garden.
Right, we had Garden Day, as you all know, on the 22nd of July, and we made something over $3,000. So we had $3,000 to contribute to the plantings for around the new health center. So that should be a lot of bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Great.
pleased about
That's
being
great.
able to do that.
That's great. All right, next is a little update from Pete on the Islesboro Health Center. You probably noticed things are improving over there. That spot is going up.
Fantastically, yeah.
Amazing.
Great. We're still right on schedule. The rest of the trusses will be coming next week. Once they get it closed in and shedding water, they can start the plumbing and the electrical inside and so things are moving quick.
I
Are these
think,
guys staying here?
yeah,
Yeah, over on the west side.
yeah, and they're working until like 6 o'clock at night. Yeah. That's just terrific. And I just want to say, Pete Anderson has been doing a wonderful job as town representative, keeping an eye on everything, working with Peter McPherson. And again, I just want to say Ledgewood has been really, really good, really reliable. The next order of business is to talk a little bit about the Up Island Public Safety Garage. And I just want to say a few things as a lead into this, if you'll bear with me. And to make sure I say everything that I want to say, I wrote it down, so I'm going to actually sort of read it. So as you may all recall, among the many options that we explored to build the public safety garage were metal buildings. And we received our best price at that time, this has been about 5 months, I think, was Federal Steel Systems. What is new is that we may also have a possible construction manager to build the metal building, Newport Builders. The reason we're meeting here today is because we'd like to move forward and work with Northport Builders and see if we can build the public safety garage this fall and maybe into next spring for our target goal of $332,000. But that would require us to forego the bidding process. Here is where we are. Federal Steel Systems is the company that built the metal building at the golf course. They will sell us a 40 by 50 metal building for $60,000. They also have a CM, a construction manager, that they've worked with, and that's Northport Builders. We've talked with them. They have estimated that they can build the metal building, including the foundation, for $230,000. Now that would not include, we don't yet have estimates for the plumbing, electrical, and site prep. But the plumbing will be very
Very minimal.
minor, yeah. It basically is making sure that we have a conduit ready for the future when we want to hook it up with well and septic. So, and site prep shouldn't be outrageously,
Shouldn't be, no.
Yeah.
So that site prep would mean having it ready for a slab?
yeah.
And the driveway
Then the
to connect with that existing road.
Yeah, and when I say Northport building of the foundation, that includes, the slab, that's everything.
The 230 increase
Yeah.
includes the slab.
Yeah. So, to move forward, we need to receive approval from this committee tonight, hopefully, and the select board next week, so that we can work with Northport builders and do so without the bid process, and I'll explain that in a minute. We've been through the bid process. We've done due diligence to find the lowest price. And I put together a brief summary of all the ways in which we've done the bid process to date for the Up Island Public Safety Garage specifically. Does this all make sense so far? So, number one, the town bid, the town bid opened on February 14th, 2023. Bill Borman handed out a bid package to every island business, plus we notified beyond that, that there were bid, you could pick up a bid package. The only bid received was from Main Coast Construction for $1,558,864. Then we took it to a construction manager and we hired H.E. Callahan in October of October 24th, 2023. Bids received under contract manager process in which the two buildings were combined. The bid for the Up Island Public Safety Garage alone was $1,034,417.42. Then we fired them, so to speak, and hired Ledgewood March of 2024. The bids received under the contract manager process for both buildings, we received them for both buildings. The quote for the Up Island Public Safety Garage was $969,400, excluding the contingency of 5% in fee and services, which brought it up to $1,400,000. So now we are at the ability to buy a metal building. We've got bids from Titan Steel Structures. We got a bid from Federal Steel Buildings. We think we got another bid in there somewhere, but I didn't have time to dig it out. And so the bottom line is that we feel that we've done due diligence with the bid process. We've looked at and gone to and found what we believe to be a pretty reasonable price. Now what we need to do is get permission to go forward and start working with Northport builders. That doesn't mean that we've got a lock on this. They still have to, Northport will do all of the subcontractors. They will pay them. They will take recommendations from us for any people on the island that could do plumbing or site work or electrical, or anyone else that off island, and they will contact those people. They will get the bids. They will decide, make the contract with them and build the town. We won't go forward until we get a firm estimate from them, and actually, in hopes that we would get that far, Pete has the actual motion that has the language that we would need to go forward. But that's more or less where we're at. We think this is a pretty reasonable way to go. Feel like we've fought a lot of battles to get here, and I'm pretty happy with it, but I want to first ask the committee for any questions and any concerns.
Is it in any way insulated?
Oh, yes,
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 yeah,
yes.
so,
It includes an upgraded insulation package
I see,
over their normal.
okay.
Yeah.
So there, it will be, will there be any heat in it, or?
Yes, that's part of the electrical, they'll have heat pumps and a fan system, I'm trying to, we.
Two
it will have-
ceiling mounted heaters.
Yeah, and it'll have radiant heat,
Okay,
it can, it won't be, it'll be, the PEX will be installed in the foundation, but we won't have the water yet, so it will not have, to begin with, will not have a septic, won't have a
well,
well, so some of those things will have to wait.
What kind of, what's a slight pitch?
I actually have a booklet that I can hand out. I'll pass this one this way and.
And then my other question is, will come from the select board, is this legal? Is it legal that we can go and just pick our own without going through the bid process?
Well, it's, in this case, the architects have already done a lot.
I know, but. When
And
we,
if the select board decides that's, if you're waiving the need to go out to bid, and this is, it sounds like it's gonna save money also, if we wait
Yeah,
and put it out to bid, all these are gonna go up.
oh yeah, I'm all in favor of it. I think it's great,
312 pitch.
312. I'm all in favor of it, but I just know that you have, there's policies about, X number of dollars has to go out to bid, and I don't know if there's state stuff that would,
Of what
We'd have to
will
protect
have
us.
to happen, they will have to have,
Builder's risk.
yeah, bonded and all
a
that.
surety bond.
Yeah.
Anything, over 125,000. If this were broken down into 3 different ways or 4 different ways, like the lawyer said, then you might not need that bond, but I don't think that's gonna work, so whoever is paying this big amount. is gonna have-
Bill,
My only concern is that we had, when we did the original, bid for that building, we had an open date, you know, it was a hand-in date and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't know if that would still hold true. I mean, I agree, we went through, we bent over backwards to get people to do it. I'm just hoping that legally
Right.
we're all set.
we did meet with Shay, and, you know, I mean, I think
Town attorney.
everybody feels like, you know, the definition of going out for bid, we did it over and over and over again with a not good result.
Yeah.
So now what we're doing instead is, in fact, we're kind of hiring a construction manager, like we did with Ledgewood, and he is going through the process of hiring subcontractors. So, you know, I mean, I don't know, I don't think there's any, if the select board decides that this is a question, then we probably will take it to the lawyer.
Yeah.
And, you know, sort that out, but I feel like we've gone out
You
for
have,
bid
I mean,
over and over and over
But
again.
when it comes to legality,
Yeah.
that's how you feel.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
And if we had interviewed construction managers and hired him as you know, if we bought the building, the company, has recommended him as, he's who they use for the construction manager. The construction manager, like with H.E. Callahan and Ledgewood, then does the process of doing the bids with subcontractors. So we're in that never lands where we're doing a version of hiring Ledgewood and then having Ledgewood do it. Only it's, in this case, we're not doing a series of interviews to get the perfect
Yeah.
construction manager. So,
that's good.
sounds great.
yes, Bert.
I believe in the 2 examples that you just explained, most towns, true, bid scenarios, they're gonna be higher. Estimating by breaking down a project into sections, you still have estimates. You still get picked which
Bid.
estimate or group or professional to do the job, but you can always add in, they got insurance, anything can be tagged to those estimates, and you're gonna do much better off per price. An example, I said earlier in one of our meetings, that the EMA director in Waldo County, Swanville, I think is where they put the new EMA building. They went out to bid, numbers were way off the scale. So what Dale Rowley did, that I'll find contractors piecemeal, he saved a boatload of money.
Yeah.
Because the prices weren't so sky high. He picked all local contractors, got the job done on time, he did all the scheduling, he did all the technical side of it. You save a lot of money that way. I think town could benefit the way you're gonna strike it.
Yeah, he was his own construction manager.
I'm not gonna do that.
You know, I mean, the other thing we can do to save money is to just, buy the building and hire, it would be a hiring of I'm sorry, my brain is moving slowly tonight, but hire Northport Construction to put up the building, but don't do anything else. We'd still have to have a site preparation, but we could wait on everything else. And that would cut back on the costs and,
We're under our we'll be well under our 400 and.
Yeah,
yeah,
and you'd still need somebody to do the scheduling.
Exactly.
Do all the,
yeah.
and
No,
that's not me.
no. You got to do it, no.
I have a
Um,
question.
Yes, hi Fred.
Good
Absolutely.
afternoon. The question I have, and I'm kind of looking at a bigger picture because we're gonna have a bunch of things that are gonna bottleneck here in the spring. When it comes to the renovations, because we predicted or we're thinking that the health center is gonna open in May or June, if I remember right. So then right after that, we're gonna have the renovations because we're gonna be able to go in over to their space. We won't really need a whole lot done at first to be able to move into the offices because there's not a whole lot changing in those areas. But so if the fire garage is lagging behind, I remember last time we talked about having issues because of cold weather and breaking ground. And then you get the renovations happening. Number one, are we gonna have the money ready and available to start the renovations, whether or not the public safety garage has started, because of weather or whatever? And will we have the funds right there to be able to start that project?
I think Janet answered that question in the
Yes,
email,
yeah.
yeah.
Everything would be there and available.
Because I want to make sure this doesn't fall off the map.
No, that money has been designated for that purpose and will be used for that purpose.
So if the public safety building, garage up on Island was to go over costs per se, would that affect the money available for the renovations?
Yeah, that's conceivable, but I think that's a decision of the town. The select board, this committee and the select board. But that's the whole reason that we're doing what we're doing is to not jeopardize that money.
Right. I could
So-
see that becoming a bottleneck at the end though, is what I see, and it's like with the cost for the heat pumps and stuff like that, when we talked earlier. I wanted to make sure that we was aware of that and everybody was looking at that in the plans, because that would be money that would go against, and it's been explained to me that it won't go against construction costs. So we've settled that, but I'm just trying to avoid a log jam at the end, a bottleneck at the end, and whether or not there's not enough money to either finish Mert's public safety garage up there, or whether there's enough money to finish the renovations.
Doing everything we can, Fred, to make this all work out time-wise and money-wise, and we'll just keep working away. I think everybody will be informed and yeah, I've been lacking a crystal ball now for about 3 years. That's just not working for me.
I understand the dynamics to all this, I really do. I'm not trying to bust on anybody or anything, but I sat at that meeting that night when the town people approved the monies for this. And I guess I'm just looking at this as a construction manager. I want to make sure that, or clerk of the works, that we are able to finish these projects. So I would like to be involved in these discussions when possible. So I know what's going on, just as I'm sure Mert would like to be aware of what's going on, because a couple of times we've looked at each other and we really didn't know the answers. And that's why I send the emails when I do.
Every time we have an important decision to make, we have had a meeting to go over that, so we will continue to do that. There hasn't been a lot of action other than keeping up with what's going on with the health center. All we've done is look for ways in the last 6 months, 8 months, to get the Up Island Public Safety Garage. That's all we've done is look for ways. We just now came upon maybe a solution, but it hasn't been something where we've been had a solution and kept it from anyone. This is brand new within the last couple of weeks, really, basically.
But you do understand where I'm coming from.
Yep, we hear you, Fran. I understand.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll keep you in the loop.
I appreciate it.
And we appreciate you and Mert. I mean, this is what we're doing it for. We're doing it for the health center. We're doing it for Fred. We're doing it for Mert, and we're doing it to solve a problem that's been overlooked for a long time. Okay, so Bill, really good questions. I don't know if we will know the answer to that till we go to the select board.
So, yeah, it's their decision.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so you want to read our draft motion?
Sure. So I'd like to make a motion that we recommend to the select board to offer Northport Builders a cost plus not to exceed contract, provided they can come in within the pricing that is under $432,000. And we won't know that price until they finish all their estimating, so that's why that would be filled in later.
So this doesn't lock anything in until we go through the whole gamut, but we wanted to make sure that Northport knew we were serious, so we need to move forward with it one way or the other. You have a question?
So that dollar figure, that's an all inclusive of everything? I mean, I know that's our cap, but we'd love to come in, after talking to Fred, at 300.
Right.
So I don't understand.
That's the maximum.
What we're gonna be at is do the site work, do the cement work,
The cost plus.
do the building, do the, provide access for piping for the septic and for the well. And the electric will have to be included in this go around, but we'll be asking for putting up the building, insulating it, and wiring and putting in heat.
Basically make it functional.
Yeah.
For 440.
Or less.
432,000 or less.
For how much?
432,000
Yeah.
or less.
That's what we had designated.
Yeah.
In our budget
Right.
from the beginning, for an amount for that building, but.
Does it make sense to say 400?
Yeah, I'd rather just said,
That'd be
Not
fine.
go to the peak is all I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it does make sense, and then we'll have, if he comes in at 350,000, we'll have to make the decision, do we want to add the well and the septic,
Yeah, right.
you know?
yeah.
But right now, I think it's important to price, you know, just things that need to be done to make it functional.
But I still would recommend 400,000.
Yeah.
There's a 10% contingency almost, you
Yeah.
know, not quite 10%.
That's a good idea.
At least, yeah.
We can change the motion
Yeah.
to reflect that.
That, it has a second, he just,
What did you first say, Bill? 350,000?
that's what I said, but I said, yeah, but 400, whatever you guys think.
I'll certainly amend it to 400,000.
Well, I think you just read it that way.
Yep.
So Jennifer, do you need that motion read again? Jennifer?
You're muted.
It just
You're-
changes. Just changes the dollar figure from 432 to 400.
All right. Okay. Okay,
Could you read that again?
So.
Putting
it's a-
in the new number.
Yeah, it's a motion that we recommend to the select board to offer Northport Builders a cost plus not to exceed contract, provided they can come in within pricing that is under $400,000. And all cost plus is you tell us what the concrete is, what the built, and you add on your 5% or 6% markup, and that's gives you the cost of the building and a cost plus not to exceed.
Okay.
I doubt very much that Northport Builders is gonna wanna use the AIA forms and the contracts and whatnot, and that this is a step down from it, and it's a very similar thing to what we have with Ledgewood, it's just not the fancy forms.
Much simpler.
Yep.
I second that.
We have a second on the motion from Bill Boardman. Any more discussion? All in favor? It's unanimous. We will be taking this to the select board next Wednesday. I would appreciate it if, members of the committee could come to the select board meeting as well. I think there'll be some questions. It'd be great to have, all of you there to maybe weigh in, if that's possible. And if I could get these back, because I'll turn around and share those, unless you want to keep it for now and.
You want the,
No, just the folders.
okay.
All right, I think that's concludes our business today, unless there's something else anybody wants to talk about. All right, I'm hereby adjourning the meeting. Thank you. This is the shortest one. we've ever had. Good.
Thank you, Lauren.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Gonna stop the.
All right, yeah, I need you at the select board meeting, Bill. as long as
I'm
you
not
don't-
gonna be here.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in Atlanta.
Well, maybe it's better, because you probably would want to bring up your concerns. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
There we go.
Hopefully it works out well.
you need to turn Zoom off, turn the recording off.
Jennifer, I'm working on it. Do that.
Oh, okay. The voice from above.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Thank you, Dareth. I see you.
What's going on at the territory club with that big tent?
A wedding.
wedding.
Do you want to put it on the table?
Gilbert,
There?
granddaughter,
Oh, yeah, Alex is
yeah,
40,
Yeah.
55.
lovely.
yeah, I haven't seen it.
16 by 312.
Then they said they had a big.
Do you go up to the computer?
I'm trying to, wait a minute, Jennifer, almost there.
Band to sleep, so they're gonna be in a vegetarian.
Oh, good.
Sunday night. Oh, wow, yeah, it's great.
40 by
All right.
55.
Is that tomorrow? The weather gonna be good? Is it tomorrow?
60
Tomorrow.
to the E.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, yeah, everything will be down there tomorrow night.
I've got it.
Yes, yes, they'll be at the.
Okay, you to the E.
I think you're good enough.
No, but I'm talking about hearing tonight, they're.
At least,
The weather's getting better.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, we get a little rain tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, I'm talking before you.
Where we have